bourbon, sticky, sweet, spicy ribs with maybe the best cocktail ever for New Year's? I say, oh, hell yes. Oh, hell yes. This is our last episode before New Year's Eve, which means it's also our last episode of 2019, and we wanted to do something special. I wanted to do something special that I could celebrate New Year's Eve with that would make me happy. And that's ribs. And here's what we have. A lovely rack of baby back ribs that we're gonna make oh so much better. We begin by trimming. The top side looks pretty good. I mean, there's a little piece here we don't need and it just came off. This little bit of extra fat in here we could trim. But we're not gonna do what the competition barbecue people do. And they go crazy with their perfection. I mean, look, I'm good with a little bit of fat, honestly, so. Fat, we know, is flavor, so I don't wanna take too much of it off. So that's cool. The area we do want to deal with is back here, because this has a membrane across, and that will make eating them a little more difficult, really. So let me show you how we get this off. Here's a bone. You can hear that. We're gonna take our knife, and I'm using a little fillet knife, put it underneath that membrane on top of the bone, right? Now, the easiest way to do this is with a paper towel because it provides a grip for you. So, trying to show you this as best as we can. I grab a hold of that membrane, pull off, and if you can do it in one piece, you should go to the races because it's a great day for you. And then you just want to peel as much as you can. See, didn't quite get it, but I did all right. I still have this piece here. And once you've done that, you're good. So now we come back to where it just started to not get picked up. Right here. There you go. Ah, son of a bitch. Almost. There we go. So I got most of it and I'm happy with that. We can take a look here. What's this extra little piece of fat? Unnecessary. What else? This looks okay. I mean, I'm quite happy with the way these have come out. This little piece here. Okay, we're good all the way around. Here's how this happens next. We put them on an old, disgusting, gross baking sheet. Like this. We add about 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. A couple tablespoons here. A couple tablespoons here. It'll find its way around. And now we're gonna cover this tightly with aluminum foil, like this. Perfect. I've cooked ribs like this forever. I'm gonna put them in a 350 oven for 75 minutes. That's 1 hour and 15 minutes. They'll be done when they come out. They'll be ugly and we'll finish them, but they'll be done. I know people that would take this rack of ribs, put it in a big pot of boiling or simmering water on their stove and leave it for about an hour. And I find that disgusting. I believe you're boiling away all the flavor, for sure. Roasting them will build flavor. Boiling them will release flavor. It's just gonna piss off all the flavor into the water, and then what do you get? You're not gonna drink that disgusting water. And the thing that really annoys me about boiling ribs, apart from the concept, is that when I walk into a kitchen that ribs are boiling, the only thing it smells like to me is full-on urine. Not that I have a lot of experience with urine, but you do know when a dog pees on a carpet or something what that smells like. That's the smell of boiling ribs. And if that's not enough to keep you away from doing that, we're gonna have to have a long talk. So, 350, 75 minutes. Coming back, we're making a sauce. So I just grabbed a bunch of things that I thought would make sense, and they consist of brown sugar, which always adds some beautiful sweetness, right? For a little spice, some sriracha, because spice and sweet go together. I like the idea of a little Asian influence, so I'm gonna put in some hoisin sauce. It's kind of like a Chinese barbecue sauce, if you will. A little soy to loosen it up a bit. Some mustard for a little tang, and this is horseradish mustard. And then because our cocktail will have Jack Daniels in it, so must our rib sauce. And the other thing our cocktail has is butter. Let's pour some melted butter in. What a ridiculous thing this is gonna be. Kosher salt and pepper, always. And we mix. Nice. I might want it a little thicker. Let's taste. Motherfucker. Damn it. I want a little bit more. Oh, the pepper, the mustard, a little more hoisin, a little bit more spice from the sriracha. There we go. Now that's it. Beautiful. Okay, we're gonna like this. There's a restaurant in London called Hawksmoor. It's a steak place. Every time I've eaten there, I've always had their old fashioned with their butter infused bourbon. So we've made our own.
Had a couple.
Max is correct. We have had a couple. So here's how this goes down. How does this go down? I have 6 tablespoons of butter melting right here beside me. We're gonna put that into a mason jar with about a cup of whatever your favorite. This is Jack Daniels, so technically it's whiskey, but so a cup of this looks like that. Oh my God, almost perfect. We take our melted butter and we add it. Isn't that pretty?
Wow.
Pretty. Nice. Now we take your standard mason jar lid, and it's always easier in a wide mouth jar than a skinny one. Look, you could use anything. If you only had a bowl like this, you could do it, but this is how you want it to be.
A bowl of bourbon?
A bowl of buttered bourbon. And you can see it's starting to even separate now. You give it a little shake, then you take it and you put it in your freezer overnight or until it does this. Which you can see, it's separated. I mean, some of the butterness has come to the bottom, but pretty much you've got a layer of butter fat on top. This will be lovely bourbon whiskey infused, and then we don't want this. Let's get it out of the jar. Come on. Here we go. Here we go. So that part you don't want. So I'm gonna skim this part. Look at it, it's like a little island. It's a floating island of butter. Probably great fucking smelling butter. Get the big pieces out, and then we're gonna strain the rest, and that's gonna look like this. So I have my straining glass. I'm gonna want some cheesecloth, and cheesecloth is this stuff, right? Right, it's this pretty fine mesh, because I don't want any pieces of this. I only want the buttered bourbon. So cut yourself off a piece of cheesecloth. It's the biggest pain in the ass shit ever. I don't know why. Look at, f you. Now I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna line my strainer with that. And then I will pour in the bourbon, and hopefully all is well. What fun, huh? So you're just gonna wait till it goes through. You can see it's almost done. There's just more sludge up here. You can squeeze some of this out. When it's done, here's what you have.
It's like we're doing a science experiment.
It is a science experiment, isn't it? We're gonna wait. Everybody calm down. We got ribs are ready to come out of the oven now. Just put this over here. Gonna make the old fashioned once the ribs are out and done. Okay? I'm gonna go get the ribs. I'm gonna come back. Can't wait for that. The ribs are gonna be great. Stand by 1 minute. And here we go. Ribs. And I'm wearing my welding gloves that were sent as a gift. Can't remember who, but thank you very much. My hands are not burnt, as they normally would be. All right, let's take a look at this. So when you pull this off, you want to be careful because there's going to be steam. So do it from a corner away from you. Oh, like that. And there's your ribs. You get the faint smell of vinegar, which is always a good thing with ribs. But look at it, they're all done. And here's how you know they're done. Two things. One, if you poke in between the ribs, wow, tender as f***. But the other way, the visual inspection, the meat has started to pull away from the bones, and that's always a good sign. But as promised, they're ugly. Who wants ribs that look like this? Not me. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw them on the grill. We start to get stripes. Once they have some color, that's when we apply the sauce. If you put sauce on right at the beginning, because of the sweet nature of it, it will burn, and then it will do things you don't want. You'll have to pull the ribs off too soon. We don't want that. Follow along. Oh, New Year's Eve. So f***ing happy. My grill is hot. My grill has been sprayed, and the ribs will go on. Just like that. Sprayed because I don't want the ribs sticking. Look how much they've started to pull away. I mean, these are falling off the bone ribs, and the real barbecue people will say that's not right. You shouldn't have that. And that's why I'm not a real barbecue guy.
Presentation side's always down, right?
Presentation side down first. We're gonna flip them over on the back. It's not gonna do a whole lot because you can see how angled those ribs are. It's gonna keep the meat away, but still. I'm looking for some color here. That's all I'm looking for. Because they're so curved, if you wanna just push down, so get a little grill marking on the edges, you can do that. It's absolutely unnecessary. But when you're standing here with cameras looking at you, you gotta do something. We're getting there. Getting some nice color. Okay, they're gonna end up back on this side again, but for now, let's give them a little flip over. You can see we've started giving a little bit of color here. I don't want too much yet. Now we can start the sauce. Nice layer. I can smell it as it starts to drip down a little bit. Perfect. Just let it sit. Don't do anything yet. Nothing. So another, just a quick little touch-up brush. And now we're gonna flip back to let some of this sauce burn in. So careful, careful. There we go. And even though there's not a ton of meat on this side, you never want to neglect the back. Imagine if you were these ribs and you were the back. And you're like, oh sure, the front gets all the attention, all the sauce. We get fucking nothing back here. They don't show us. They yank that skin off of us. What are we supposed to do?
The middle child of the rib family.
It sure is the middle child of the rib family. Now is the time that, because of the sweet sauce, that you're gonna start getting some good color on the other side. So we just give it a little bit here, and we're gonna do this same, you know, try and get some color here. It's just hot and smoky. Flipping gorgeous, man. I'm so happy. But we haven't even had the cocktail yet. Okay, let's see how we're doing. Getting there beautifully. And then when you're ready to flip them, uh-oh, it's starting to come apart. Oh, damn it. There you go. Like another quick coat. Oh man, these guys are pretty much there. And they're so pretty. I wanted to flip them over once more, but they're starting to get too tender. Too tender, like that's a problem. I fear they would break, so I'm just gonna take them and put them on the cutting board now. Don't drop, don't drop. Oh, 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 oh. Nice. And with a nod towards the Asian ingredients in the sauce, the hoisin, the sriracha, and the soy sauce, we'll add two of my favorite Asian topping ingredients, some green onions, just a little bit. Green onion, nice. Jesus, mother, hell, slippery fucker. And some toasted sesame seeds. There you go. That's it. That's all we need. That's all she wrote. We're gonna taste the ribs, but before that, we're gonna have our cocktail. But before we have our cocktail, I made some ice last night. Look, I know what you're thinking, Sam. The hell is that? But check it out. There's two different styles of ice cube trays that I had in my pantry. One is the single that makes a beautiful ball like that. Look at it. Nice, right? But wait, then these guys that also make a nice ball of ice. But here's the difference. Let me put one here. But I did it twice because I've heard hot water makes clear ice. So this was made with cold water. Let's check this one out. It's actually a little better, right? Cold, hot. Yes, there's a subtle difference, right?
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. Let's just make one. We'll take our ball of ice. We'll put it in a glass like this. Gonna add a little bit of our butter bourbon. Like that. A little simple syrup, which is 50% water, 50% sugar. Heat it up in a little pot till it dissolves. A splash of Angostura bitters. Okay, 2 tiny ones. We give it a stir. Last but not least, some orange peel. So just using a peeler, get a nice wide swath, about this long. And if you twist it, the essential oils will come out. It'll become much more fragrant. So you should do it over top of the glass, like this, they say. And then I take this, and I rim the glass with it, and then just drop that baby in. And that is our butter old fashioned. Oh my gosh. Hello, New Year's Eve. Whoa. You just feel the fat on your tongue. The other term for what we've done with this is called fat washing. But the butter one reminds me from back in London at that restaurant, Hawksmoor. And theirs, it was clear. I don't know what I did wrong, but it's delicious. And it's that hint, there's the word again, the hint of the butter in the taste, but also really on your tongue. So good. Okay, ribs, because that's why we're here, right? We're here for the ribs. Come on. And we eat. Look, with one finger, they'll just separate. And the bone comes out nice and clean. And the ribs, I'll just cut this guy here. Look at this. Perfect. Perfect. Tender. Pork-like. course. The sriracha and the hoisin. So good. You can smoke ribs, you can boil ribs, you can bake them, you can roast them like we did. I don't think you're gonna get a better texture rib anywhere. 75 minutes in the oven, that's it. I could just stand here. Sticky, sweet, spicy, amazing. And this, in my Cowboy Star glass. It's a steak place here in San Diego. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. This is a great way to end the year. You guys have been there every step. We love having you aboard. We love creating content for you. We always tell you, if there's something you want to see, let us know. We'll try and do it. We really will. Today couldn't have been better. Aside from the fact that my fucking mic broke and I had to wear one of these outside of the shirt things that I can't stand. Max knows how much this annoys me. It's not a good quality in me, but I get anal about the smallest things, and this is one of them. But let me just say, thank you for being here with us for 2019. We're really looking forward to next year. We want you to have a great New Year's. Make these, make this, make our food. Whatever you do, just cook more. That's the goal. Cook more, eat out less, buy less fast food, buy less frozen food. We're here to make your food life better. And so far, I think we're doing okay together. Happy New Year.